Hey everyone, I know a lot of investors are asking themselves, you know what, artificial intelligence is the up and coming trend and it's going to be a big thing. I want to invest in this trend. I want to capitalize on this trend. Which AI stock should I buy? Well, in this video, I'm going to do a comparison. I'm going to say which AI stock is better, AMD or C3.ai. I'm going to look at some financial metrics. I'm going to look at valuation, and then I'll answer between these two which one is the better AI stock to buy. So let's get right into it, starting with revenue. And looking at this metric, you see C3.ai has been growing revenue nicely at 72.4 million in its most recent quarter. You can see it's a much smaller company compared with AMD, which generated 5.35 billion in revenue in its most recent quarter. And they also serve different customers. C3.ai, well, I shouldn't say different customers, but they serve customers in different ways. C3.ai offers an enterprise AI solution using artificial intelligence to optimize your data, both internal and external data, to maybe increase sales, to maybe increase your effectiveness, to maybe decrease inventory, whatever your business solution is that you're trying to solve using artificial intelligence and your data. AMD, meanwhile, sells the hardware, the graphic processing units that power the computing requirements for artificial intelligence. So different areas, different ways, maybe the same customers, but different ways to serve the same customers looking to harness the power of artificial intelligence. Now, if we look at the operating profit margin of these two companies, one thing that jumps out to me is C3.ai is absolutely moving in the wrong direction here. Operating profitability moving downward and very negative at 109% negative. AMD, meanwhile, had been very nicely profitable, but recent headwinds to its gaming segment and recent headwinds regarding sales of computers have really pulled back AMD's operating profit margin. But you can realistically expect this to bounce back higher in the double digits in the next year and a half or so. Still, AMD much better than C3.ai in terms of operating profit margin, but you also have to consider the different sizes of the business. AMD is much larger and at much greater scale, and C3.ai is much smaller. Still, even with smaller companies with negative operating profit margins, I like to see them moving in the right direction, at least making progress. That's not the case with C3.ai, so a little bit troubling for the trend. Next, I wanted to look at cash flow from operations to sales. How good are these companies turning sales into cash flow? Sometimes this helps mitigate some of the impacts from stock-based compensation and kind of put companies of different sizes on a more even keel. Still, AMD way ahead of C3.ai with the cash flow from operations to sales at 13% compared to negative 43% for C3.ai, although this negative trend is not as pronounced for C3.ai as the operating profit margin was. Finally, let's look at valuation, and using the forward price to sales ratio, I get an answer showing C3.ai stock being much more expensive than AMD. C3.ai stock trading at a forward price to sales of 10. Meanwhile, AMD trading at a forward price to sales of 6.5. So if this was me and I'm picking one of these two stocks to benefit from the rising effectiveness of artificial intelligence and to benefit from the rise of the AI stocks industry, picking AMD. I'm taking AMD stock as my AI stock to buy between these two AI stocks. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.